up on the lake here in Ontario and spent a lot of time obviously doing water activities, and as much as we could be in the water, we would be. And windsurfing came to be one of my brothers and my passions, to the point that we started we worked at a windsurfing shop when we were teenagers and began to instruct windsurfing, and then actually started our own windsurfing shop called Sails Up. So oddly enough, I've been involved in sail businesses for many years in just different ways. I moved to Australia years ago to get more involved in boating, which I loved, a passion of my life, and in doing so, I got also surfed a lot and windsurfed, and that was sort of my passion. And in doing so, my father and family came to visit, and we noticed this great product, the shade sails. So we thought, geez, that's something we might be able to take back to Canada and start a business there. Nothing like that was being done at that time in Canada and even North America to some degree. So that was the impetus to bringing that idea back to Canada. Started working with my father for shade sails. I mean, he had spent his whole life in building and construction, and he's very, very handy in doing those things, and also very creative. So he, from building his own log home and to building our cottages and his involvement that way, it really lended to us being very creative and learning from him over the years, and being able to build things and envision shapes and designs. So it really translated well into shade sails. So working with him from the beginning was, my dad and I, was very special, obviously, and the fact that you're able to work with your best friend is something that makes it the passion easy to fulfill. So we've really enjoyed that over the years. He's now sort of moving away as he gets older, and I'm glad to see him step back in his role a little bit and let me to take over and expand things. And my wife and I, she had a sewing background, oddly enough, and we managed to get her involved, and now she sort of heads up the whole manufacturing of the shade sails, and the attention to detail and quality that we're able to achieve by keeping all that in-house, and also the family connection allows us to deliver just unbelievable quality product, which we're so proud of. Shade sails and TensArch have really been an easy transition in my life, because it's complemented what I love to do, and that is travel and create things, be outside, and also be around usually weather that's warm and needs shade. So that's been really good for what my desires are. And after I moved back from Australia, we moved back to Toronto, started the company. And Toronto was always my home, or at least north of the city, but I did grow up in a fairly rural area with this type of beautiful environment around me. So I wanted to try the West, and I went out west in a place called Revelstoke, which is where we make all our product. However remote, the lifestyle is the real passion. My daughter's 5, and we're able to, for her to be around beautiful natural surroundings, as well as take regular trips to Vancouver and enjoy boating and the ocean as much as we all do. So the access to that environment is very important to us, and that's where we are able to create a team there that's really passionate about where they live, and thus passionate about the products that we make. And out of this little town, we're making products that go across Canada and throughout, even into some of the northern and southern U.S. So we're able to produce this from our small little town, and as I say, the passion of where we live comes out in our products, and our staff are obviously a very happy team. So we're thrilled about that, and being able to travel myself and my team when we go to places like Vancouver and Calgary and Toronto and further afield, Florida, and doing installations and being involved in creating beautiful structures at these places is a great combination and culmination of our passions. So that's a great thing, and to do it with the family is even better. We started from humble beginnings, as most companies do. So it's been a great learning experience, and also a process of getting more technological. my wife and I, she had a sewing background, as I mentioned, and we were working with an old rickety wooden sewing machine at the very beginning, making sales out of a very small shop. And as business has grown, we've become more technological, as I say, and we've got now many sewers, and our machines are high-tech commercial sewing machines as well as commercial cutting machines that obviously speed up the process, but also the precision, which is really advanced the company and allowed us to produce our custom sales with little to no error. So the technological portions of the company and the growth allowing us to grow that way has really advanced in the products that we are able to produce. We started with just Shade Sales Canada and branched out into TensArch. TensArch is our commercial division that deals obviously with commercial shade structures, usually larger than our residential side, and Shade Sales Canada has remained really strong residential side, producing quality shade sales, both commercial and pre-cut sales. And TensArch, as I say, has gone into the more commercial with daycares and schools and airports and Parks Canada. The list goes on and on. So we felt the need to separate those two in order to deal with architects and formalize those processes a little more than we were doing on the residential side. The beauty of the products that we produce is that they're very unique in almost every application. So we do Shade Sales Canada focuses on more residential applications. TensArch, we're creating commercial structures that are unique to each location and also an architectural form in their own. So it's an artistic piece, an aesthetic piece, as well as function. So we're able to combine those two key components and create something that is, as I say, very functional, but also very pleasing to the eye. We're very passionate about that. Our involvement with the Melanoma Network of Canada is very important. We work with them closely. In fact, they work with many camps and such throughout Canada, and we've partnered with, every year we build a shade structure as a donation to a camp that wins a prize for promoting sun protection, sun safety. So the Melanoma Network is a great organization that is raising the awareness for sun concerns, health concerns, that is very important to obviously the health of our nation, and awareness is key. So that part of our company, safety and sun protection, sun safety is a huge part of what we do.